Welcome to this new session. And today it's a hip opener session. So let's together explore this watery element of the second chakra. So let's immediately go on the back. So before you will need a block or something that can be used as a block. So let's go on the back. And then from here, Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, with the sole of the feet together. I relax my legs on the side. And then let's put your hands onto the lower back. Relaxing the abdomen, especially the lower abdomen. And breathing with each inhalation all the way to your pelvis. And with each exhalation, relax and allow a little bit more your knees to get attracted by the gravity. Completely relaxing on the floor, being welcomed by the earth. This kind of classes are good after a good day of work. To get back to our second chakra, our watery element, to allow into the pelvis the water to move again, to be more sensitive and in touch with our emotions. From here, I'm going to take my hands underneath my thighs. And I'm not working the inner thighs. I'm just pushing with my hands, my knees up. I take my feet as wide as the mat, my arms into a cactus pose. And I'm going to drop my knees to the right and slowly to the left. Okay, so I really synchronize the movement of my knees with my breath. Everything is starting to move. And I create mobility where sometimes when we sit too much, we feel rigidity. Here we create mobility, going right and left with the knees, relaxing the face, enjoying that nice movement. And even we can push a little bit onto the left foot, and then now I push a little bit onto the right. Okay, so I push my opposite hip forward. Oh, it's good. Up. Up. One more time on each side. I come back to the center. I will roll on one side, come into the sitting position and a downward facing dog. From here, I bend one knee and extend the other. I relax my head. I'm going to inhale, delivering my knee to the earth and opening my heart. And when I exhale, I come into a child pose, just extending my arms. And then I come back to downward facing dog. I'm going to bend the knees and move my hips to the right, and then move my hips to the left, and I extend. And then again, move my hips to the right, and moving my hips to the left. And I come back to the center, relaxing my head. I'm going to open my feet as wide as the mat. And I'm going to walk with my hands a little bit backward. So I'm in a half downward dog. Okay. From here, with my right hand, I'm going to grab my left ankle. And as I push into my left hand, I'm going to twist underneath my left arm. Trying to keep my hips parallel. I relax my head. And then I change. Take my left hand behind my right ankle. I push onto my right hand, right arm. And then I look underneath my right armpit. And I square my hips. And this is important because the left hip now wants to come forward. From here I come back into downward facing dog, my feet parallel and hip width apart. I'm gonna send my right leg up, bending the knee, opening the hip, and creating movement like an 8, like an infinite movement with my knee, with my hip actually. Just allowing circulation to come back into my hip joint. And then I extend the leg back and the foot forward. From here, I take my arms up into high lunge. I grab my left wrist and slowly I'm gonna move towards the right, extending all the left side of my body. Breathing all the way to my left knee. And then both arms up. I'm going to deliver my back knee to the floor. This time I'm going to take the block, putting it on my right side. I'm going to put my hand onto my block. And with the left arm, I'm going all the way up. And slowly I move towards the right. And so trying to extend all the left side of my body, from the knee to the hip into the rib cage. And from here, both hands to the floor. Moving, floating forward into a plank and lowering down. Inhaling into cobra and exhaling, pushing back, downward facing dog. From here, I'm going to lift my left leg, bending the knee, opening the hip. And again, I'm making circulation into my hip, allowing all the liquid, the fluid inside the hip bone to slide and glide. And then I'm going to take the foot forward in between my hands and coming up into a high lunge. I grab my right wrist and I will deliver my body towards the left. While my right lung is breathing all the way towards the right side of my rib cage. And from here, arms up. I deliver the back knee to the floor. Take my block towards the left. And with the right arm up, I'm gonna make like a moon towards the left. Always make sure your neck and your jaw are relaxed and that you can breathe towards the right side. And then both hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Inhaling, moving forward into plank, and then lowering down. Inhaling, cobra, and as I exhale, I deliver the back of my body into downward facing dog. From here, I bend my knees, making a little bit of pulsation with my legs. In my pelvis, I want all the water inside to move, to circulate. And then I will jump or walk forward. Inhaling Ardha Uttanasana, exhaling Uttanasana, relaxing my head. And then with the next inhale, I move all the way up. And hands to the heart. Relaxing the head, relaxing the arms. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling, down. Inhale all the way up. As I exhale, I take my right knee back. Inhaling, looking up and forward, and I stay a little bit here. Squaring my hips, creating still movement. And then from here, downward facing dog. Inhaling, moving into a plank position, and exhaling, coming down. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up, and take the foot on the outside of my right hand, and then left foot on the outside of my left hand, coming into squat. Allowing my hips to go down. And then I'm going to interlace my hands into the back, extending my legs, putting my feet parallel, relaxing my head. Inhaling all the way up and exhaling, relaxing. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, so this time I'm taking my right leg back, staying into a lunge position. Allowing to move. I'm not staying rigid. What I want here is to recreate this watery element into my body and into my hips, especially today. And from here, downward facing dog. Inhaling, moving into plank, and exhaling down. Inhale, and exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. Relaxing my head, lifting the left leg behind you, taking the left foot on the outside of my left hand, and taking my right foot on the outside of the right hand, and again, here into a squat. I love that pose. And when I'm injured in my knees and I cannot do this, I really don't like it. I'm miserable. I really love this pose because it's an amazing releasing. And then interlace the hands into the back, extend the arms, take your feet parallel. And inhale all the way up, and exhale, release. From here, I bend my knees, I come into Utkatasana, chair, and exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, And exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upper dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From the downward facing dog, then you move your heels to the right, coming back, move the heels to the left. And again, move the heels to the right, continue. And exhale, move the heels to the left. Come back into downward dog. From downward facing dog, I'm gonna take my right foot forward and come into a warrior two. And into my warrior two, I'm gonna change the side so I'm facing you. Okay. I'm staying into my warrior two. Staying, but I'm not rigid. I'm trying to move, moving the hips, moving the back knee, moving the front knee. From here, I take my right hand to the floor and my left arm up. Inhale, coming all the way up. Extend my front knee and I move the left foot forward. I bend my front knee, warrior two, and I move the hips side to side. And then warrior two again, relaxing my neck, taking my left hand inside my left foot, or on the block, by the way, and then taking my right arm up. My hip, I'm trying to take my left hip back, okay? This will help me to have my chest more into the back. And then inhale, going back up, extending both legs, both feet parallel, turning the right foot forward. Both hands to the floor, plank, Chaturanga. Inhale, upper dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Back heel to the floor. Coming back into warrior two. This time again, I'm going to turn so I face you. From here, I'm taking my left hand inside my left foot and right arm up. Either you stay here or you bind your left hand behind, you grab your right arm. And I continue to look down and I move. From here, I'm taking my back foot forward, and as I put the weight of my body onto my right foot, I will pull up my left leg. Extending the left leg up into the bird of paradise. I'm going to take the leg back on the floor and my right foot back into a bind. Take my left hand to the floor, right hand to the floor, turning the back foot. And I'm going to take the back foot a bit forward, Parshvottanasana. So, from here, you will take your hands, both hands inside, and we have both feet parallel, and then we return both feet to the side, and then both feet parallel, and both hands in the middle. Just feel the stretch into the IT band. From here, we will bend both knees and come onto the floor with both knees on top of each other into Gomukhasana. I grab my big toes, inhaling and exhaling. Allow both sit bones to be on the floor. You can adjust with a cushion underneath your butt if you need to. From here, I will twist onto the right. And trying to really, as I ground my sit bones to the floor, I'm going to extend my spine. And I come back to center. Right foot back, left foot back, downward facing dog. I'm going to lift right foot up, taking the foot forward in between my hands and coming into warrior two. Putting my right hand inside the right foot and then binding, taking my bind. So here, I'm staying into this side because I want to show you my hip. Okay, my hip, the tendency would be the hip to come forward. So what I want is like to take the hip back, the sit bone down, and it will help me to open my chest. And then I'm gonna take my left foot forward next to my right. I'm gonna have the weight of my body on my left leg, coming into the tiptoes of my right foot and picking up my leg up into the bird of paradise. And then slowly I'm going to deliver my foot back on the floor. I'm going to take my left foot back also. And both hands on each side of my front foot. Parshvottanasana. Squaring my hips. And then I'm going to take both hands inside my right foot and I'm turning, okay? So my feet are turning parallel and then my feet are turning towards the left leg and then my feet are returning parallel inside, okay? And I stay. Try to not mix match your legs. So here just to feel the extension of the side of your leg and then bend both knees, come into Gomukhasana, so both knees on top of each other. And close your eyes. Close your eyes to make sure that when you are sitting in Gomukhasana, you're allowing the hips to take their space, to take the space into the earth. And for that, you can use your exhalation. With your right hand, you're going to grab your left knee and we will go into a twist. It's nice. And I come back to center and into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, I'm going to take my right leg up and come into a pigeon position. So after all the hip openers that we did before, the pigeon, for me, for example, feels easier. And as I keep my right sit bone towards the floor, I'm going to take both hands and put my head on it. For the back foot, you can keep it with the toes tucked under, or you can point the foot. And again here, my attention is on what's happening into my right hip, okay? Not keeping it rigid. Because sometimes we think that we are stretching it, but actually we are contracting it. So be sure about what you're doing. And then we come back onto the hands. And I'm going to take my left foot on the outside of my knee and come into a twist with my right arm up and my elbow on the outside of my knee. Again, here observe that there is no forcing into the twist. And I come back to center, and I'm going to put my right ankle on top of my left knee, okay, ankle to knee. Both feet are flexed. I can put my hands onto the feet actually. So I push my feet onto my hands and my hands onto my feet. Inhaling. And when you exhale, either you stay into this position or you can move forward as you feel. Again, here the goal is not to go and grab everything and force everything, is to move with the watery element. Okay, so if I'm in the water, there is nothing forcing. So I move as much as I can, still keep this watery element. And then we move up. Right foot back, left foot back, and downward facing dog. Whew. Just feel both sides, different. And then I take my left leg up and I come into pigeon. So the settling into the pigeon is important, okay? Both hips are squared. The knee looks into the diagonal. And that either you keep your toes tucked under or you point. And when you're settled, you can move forward, both hands on top of each other. If it's necessary in the pigeon, you can put a cushion underneath your left buttocks. To really benefit from pigeon, we need to be at ease into the pose. And when you suffer into the pose, everything is contracting and you don't allow anything to open and to circulate. And then come back into my hands. I'm taking my right leg forward, foot on the outside of the left knee, coming into the twist. And I take my right arm back and the left elbow in front of the knee. And I come back to the center. And this time I'm going to put my left ankle on top of my right knee. Hands onto the feet, flex. Creating some space into the hips. And if it's available for me today, I move forward. Double pigeon. Always make sure you can breathe properly. You can relax the face, the jaw. And then I move up. And I'm going to lie onto my back. On the back, I'm going to lift both of my legs and I'm going to we will do Gomukhasana, but this time lying on the back, so I put my right knee in front of my left. And here, two alternatives. Either you grab your ankles or your shins, or you can put your hands on the feet and you push the feet away. So you're going to feel into the right buttocks a stretch happening. And here, breathe. And use again your exhalation to connect with the relaxing energy. And I'm going to change and switch. Left knee in front of the right. Either I grab the shins or I grab my feet. And here you need really to push the feet away from each other. And you will feel it. Now it changed. It's on the left buttocks. Maybe you can, even if you're very subtle, you can feel that little by little something is releasing. And I relax. Moving side to side. And we will finish like we started, sole of the feet together. Both hands. So this time we will create a triangle. Your index and your thumbs will touch and you will put them onto your lower abdomen. Relaxing the shoulders. Allowing the knees to really fall onto the side. And if it's not comfortable for you, you can use props. You can put cushions underneath your thighs. Otherwise, you close your eyes. And you stay into Shavasana, into Shavasana. And actually, if it's really not comfortable for you, you can extend the legs into a proper Shavasana, which we will do in a few seconds. And just with my hands on my lower abdomen, I can feel that what I created is heat. It wasn't like that when I started. Now, because I recreated movement inside the pelvis, I recreated heat. Which is healing, actually. And then, if you're comfortable in this position, you can stay. Otherwise, you will extend your legs and your arms on the side of the body into a Shavasana. You are more than welcome to stay in Shavasana longer. I'm going to close the class, putting my hands into Anjali Mudra in front of my heart. Wow, I feel completely different. I can notice that it's more something that I can cope with. Have a great day or evening, and namaste.